Hey ladies and gentlemen, how you guys been doing? It's your boys in here, and welcome. Yeah, I just worked, since I took this bell, I decided, I worked online, I wanna like lay down a little bit, so I wanna get me some bells, see what I can get, and I've decided to go look for a singles bell. Little did I know it's gonna be a free on free, strictly free on free, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna record this as I play and see how it goes. I'm gonna consider this called a leftover bell, and it's much easier to make, but I think if it's gonna be decent, at least I may consider putting commentary over it and whatnot. Anyways, I decided to go with Como, Galvantula, and Gyarados. I think those are most likely the best Pokemon to pick regarding his team, and Galvantula, in all due respect, is incredible because of Sash and Stick Webs and Thunder and all around Sash. But speaking of Sash, I've decided to go with Como as a lead, which was my mistake. I should have lead with Galvantula here. He's gonna lead with, or she's gonna lead. I'm gonna dress it as a she, since it is a female character there, and I think that's much more appropriate. I think that this was my mistake, and I'm gonna need to pay for it dearly. But I'm still gonna throw some thunders at him, and he does. I mean, she does still manages to survive. I'm so used to pronounce everybody by he because it's so more. You're more, males are more common to bow here, so that's what I'm saying. But then again, this is a fucking skirt. So I'm trying to, I'm really trying to focus here, but no, of course not. Of course not. Anyways, I'm gonna lead with. I'm gonna lead with. What the fuck am I talking about? Okay, back to business. Anyways, speaking of business, I'm just gonna call down God, considering God is my friend and he's gonna put some thunders on him. But because of that that business back there, baton passing into this Japanese Pokemon's name, which names I cannot seem to remember right now. I'll have to face it in English much more often so I can remember. I'm about to face something that I'm not familiar with, so that is great. But I did manage to paralyze him, and that could be huge. And speaking of huge, anything but Japan, he's gonna go with Thunder. I mean, I'm gonna go with Thunder. And, oh god, this is so terrible with so many mushrooms. Dude, I'm high as fuck right now. But speaking of high, my Galvantula clearly doesn't know what to do outside of die. And, yeah. And, yeah. And, yeah. And, yeah. And, yeah, it's probably like the most common phrase when you're such a noob in commentating like I am, for example. And I'm gonna lead with Gyarados, clearly. My first lead Pokemon ever. None of my Pokemon died yet. My Pokemon are still alive. All of them are chit-chat, okay, handy-dandy. Everything is cool. I don't know how to commentate this. This is free on free. It's like, you can barely switch out. It's really rock, paper, scissory. And is scissory even a word? I don't know what to say. It's so all over the place. But I'm just gonna go Dynamax. When in doubt, you just Dynamax the Gyarados and everything will be fine. So that's basically my plan right now. He is special, so that Intimidate is not gonna do me much good. But I will go for Max Geisher, Geisher or Gresher, I don't know. I like to call it Max Aggressor. Max Governor, I don't know. Anyways, Max Flare. He's gonna do some significant damage. I mean, considering this is a Gyarados, by the way, and some still significant damage. But he is stalling me out, which is a good move. I mean, she clearly is doing her best to try to make this game not too one-sided, and it is kind of working for her. I gotta give her props on that. But this is still a Gyarados, and there was a flame skip. I don't know, it even happened in the game. This flame skip. I'm noticing it more and more as I battle. I'm also noticing with Dynamax form, sometimes when they turn, they're like out of nowhere just pop, they just pop. There's no fading out or in, it's just popping, So it feels a little bit glitchy, but then again, it's not too big to make a complaint about, or it's not too huge, But anyways, just spamming the strongest move, water move. Gyarados doesn't really play any games. I mean, I'm really surprised the crowd is still hanging there and not drowning under the water that Gyarados is providing here. But she is gonna switch out to the legendary, not legendary, but this generation's fossil Pokemon that seems to be suffering a lot. And today's question for you guys, if you're watching this, who is your favorite Fossilmon in this generation? There's 4 forms of this Pokemons, and you guys are probably, and girls are probably aware of them. But, you know, I'm just curious, do they have an incredibly powerful move? If you hit them, I think their move is like 170 base stab, and it's incredible. So I'm gonna get demolished by that. Even without stab, I would probably be demolished because for the weakness and stab and, you know, all that chit chat. So Gyarados had to go. Como coming in and trying to take this next move, but I don't think I'm gonna need to risk too much because Como should be faster. I'm not gonna set up because only a madman would set up against this. So I'm just gonna go all full out strength right now. Como is my last Pokemon. I think I should still be in the clear since I do gain a special attack increase, but that's really not gonna be all that promising because it really isn't important. I'm just gonna try to humiliate it with flamethrower because I'm a jackass, and I do manage to make her quit. So yeah, she quit on me, she left me behind, and that's how that one went. I would want to say better love story than Twilight, but honestly, let's not even speak about that movie. Anyways, back to the game. Here we have another match, and this is against Taku X. I don't know. His name is very hard. I don't understand it. If your mother put you with that name, she probably hates your guts. But then again, you never know. Maybe it's an incredibly epic name somewhere else. I don't know. But his card is kind of cool. I mean, it's very rainbowy. Rainbowy. There's a lot of rainbow cards, man. Let me tell you, a lot of rainbow cards. Anyways, I'm gonna lead with Galvantula because in doubts you gotta lead with Sash, and I think this can get for fake out. I'm just trying to see what these Pokemon are about. It does get Prankster and Screens, and Bulk Up has priority, which is quite a nuisance. So I'm just gonna go for Thunder here with Compound Eyes. I will be able to hit, and I'm gonna be able to connect the paralyzation again. So Galvantula is doing some significant work. I can go Dynamaxing right now, but I was expecting the Sucker Punch. I do have Sash, so I can take it, but I want to take this Pokemon down. Just in case that crit definitely did not matter. Clearly seeing the first time impact damage that was inflicted onto him. But I'm still rather debating if I should preserve my Galvantula. Because this is a Butterfree, and you guys are well aware Butterfree can run Sleep Powder and don't want to risk too much. It does have the Sash here. Manages to survive. I do manage to get paralyzed on it again. This is crazy. Galvantula is doing some significant work, and I'm already asleep. So I'm thinking, well, I can switch out, but my opponent, I'm not too sure what kind of opponent am I facing. And my opponent, if I'm facing a guy that, you know, isn't all about spamming Sleep Powder, he could predict me to switch out. And if I do that and puts my other Pokemon to sleep, I'm gonna be in a pickle. So I'm just staying in here. You know, he's gonna have his last Pokemon remaining, so I should be in the clear as long as I allow my Galvantula to be taken down, so I can replace him with something else and outspeed it. That was basically my plan. Now I can switch out to Gyarados, but I've got no ways to avoid setting up and avoid potential Sleep Powder as well. So I don't think it's much necessary. But I'm gonna go for the Drain Punch for now. It is paralyzed, so I'm just gonna, you know, gain that Drain Punch. I could Light Screen against it, but then again, the chance of him not getting paralyzed and Sleep Powdering me away would just make it rather, you know, it would be a bad call on my behalf. So I don't want to give him that significant time to shine. And with that being said, speaking of shining, Light Screen is a pretty shiny move. And speaking of more shining, Trick Room is another kind of shiny move. And if I'm not mistaken, there should probably be even more shiny stuff going on. But speaking of shiny, I'm a dark type, which means I'm kind of bit on the bad side regarding fairies. I did manage to put up the Light Screen. I was trying to go for Dynamax, but I think Dynamaxing as this behemoth would most likely be a bad news, since you know, you don't want to be Dynamaxing against something that will super effect hit you, especially if it can confuse you on top of that. So Citrus Berry, if I'm not mistaken, is gonna activate, yes, but my Mon is gonna hit himself, so that is pretty bad. I could have gotten some extra damage on it, which could potentially made it easier for Gyarados to handle, but since that didn't happen, it's gonna come down to a 1v1. So this is pretty scary. The Pokemon is very heavy. It's got, well, I got the light screen support, but we have to understand that his move confuses you all the time, which even confuses you over the sub. I've tried it. Substitute does not work. It will confuse you. That is pretty crazy. But, you know, I'm just gonna go, again, Dynamax and my Gyarados, which seems to be a thing. It's a common thing I always do. Like, am I so old school I always know how to only Dynamax my Gyarados or something? I don't know. But I think Gyarados is such a good mon. It's so bulky. It's got Intimidate. It's got everything that makes the Pokemon great. And just gonna go for the Darkness. Max Darkness here. Luckily enough, we managed to get a lot of damage. Critical hit, special defense decrease is really not gonna be that important. But Citrus Berry also activating. So thinking, yeah, you know, that crit could be the game changer as long as I don't hit myself. Gyarados, you've been reading books. Come on, Gyarados. I know that the fonts had to be pretty big for you to be able to see them, but still, come on, Gyarados, you got this. And Gyarados does showcase its smarts, demolishing the likes of my opponent's Pokemon's name, which I cannot seem to remember. I'm so bad with this new Pokemon's names that I don't know where to start. So I'm better not gonna do that. I will go learn as we battle. So those were the two matches I had going. I hope you guys have enjoyed this little short spins on it, only 12 minutes in. Again, these are much easier to make, and I will focus on providing you guys battles, you know, double battles and all the strategy stuff. We're gonna go into rank battles very soon, but for now, you know, just leftover battles are gonna happen. There are gonna be more uploads going on, and I hope you guys can appreciate it as well. So whether or not you like it or not, well, you know, you can watch it or you can skip it. It's all up to you. But with that being said, again, the question of the day was, who of those 4 fossil Pokemon that you can get in this generation is your favorite? So let me know in the comment section below, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.